Welcome to our project titled We Need You by Nicole Heyer, Ariana Nickerson, Kaylee Poudre, and Alexandra Killeen. The purpose of this project is to make sure that our two target audiences take the U.S. 2020 census before the government-issued deadline. Through creating campaign proposals and educating our target audiences, our main goal of this project are to increase social media interactions between target audiences and group members, to educate both target audiences regarding the importance of the 2020 census, and to increase the amount of individuals taking the 2020 census. Two key target audiences have been identified for the purposes of this research. Our first target audience consists of our on and off campus student community. Our second target audience is young Black and Hispanic males. Bridgewater State University's Factbook notes that a majority of students are Massachusetts residents. As you can see from this table, 95% represents this figure. Our on and off campus student community has key demographic information. 59% of students identify as female, whereas 41% identify as male. 80% of students are full-time, 26% identify as persons of color, 40% of full-time students live on campus, about 60% of students are commuters. 8,044 students are ages 17 to 24 years old. 1,447 students are 25 years of age and up, and 13 students are of unknown age. BSU offers an array of extracurricular activities such as clubs, sports teams, student organizations, internships, and work studies. All of the students who take part in these extracurriculars represent this target audience that we are trying to reach.
Another target audience is the young Black and Hispanic male population in Bridgewater. As you can see from the graph pictured in this slide, it reveals that 83.7% of residents living within the town of Bridgewater identify as Caucasian, while only 7.8% identify as African American and 3.6% identify as Hispanic or Latino. This reveals that ultimately the African American and Latino population are minorities in this area. Much like the population of Bridgewater being predominantly Caucasian, enrollment in Bridgewater State University follows the same model and pattern. However, the graph pictured reveals that enrollment in school from fall 2014 to fall 2018 remained constant and even increasing for students of color. The information that the previous two graphs revealed is important to note because these groups of people have been hard to reach when it comes to the U.S. Census. According to the Pew Research Center, Black and Hispanic adults, as well as those with lower income levels, are more likely to say that they probably or definitely will not participate in the census or that they might or might not. This is a concern with this campaign that we would like to address because they are historically undercounted groups and are important to reach regarding the census so that their community can be better represented. Our campaign plan to reach these groups and educate about the census starts with creating social media pages that directly reflect the campaign goals. We will be creating both a Facebook and Twitter page for this, as they are two forms of social media that are very popular among our students' age group. Our social media pages will be titled with the hashtag #WeNeedYou, with the visual representation of Sam the Eagle from Sesame Street, who will also be modeling after the old Uncle Sam campaigns. Sam the Eagle will essentially be our spokesperson, and he will debut in a commercial for our campaign that will air on Super Bowl Sunday on the Bridgewater State Facebook and Twitter pages for all students to see. This commercial will end with him saying, "We need you. Find out why tomorrow." With every campaign there comes challenges. Using social media, the challenges lie within the ability to gain a loyal following to hear your message, and then being able to engage this following with your information and message. Getting people to understand and follow can be very challenging. In addition to that, even finding ways to educate young people about the census, especially when they do not yet understand the stakes for them, is a challenge in itself. As people only listen to what they care about, you have to find a way to make them care and make them think it's worth their time. We have a limited time frame from when the campaign starts to when the census begins, so that also poses a problem in this regard. However, while social media does pose challenges, it is a great tool that provides opportunity. Everyone has access to social media, not just Bridgewater State students. This means that even though our message is intended only for students, other people outside of our target audience may also catch wind of this campaign.
The main objective for our key demographics of an on and off campus student community is to create social media accounts to communicate. According to Social Media Outspace's print newspapers, individuals between the ages of 18 and 29 are 4 times as likely to get the information through social media than individuals over 65 years old. This reveals that social media is an important tool to reach college students. Our Facebook and Twitter account will be designed to increase awareness of the 2020 census by reaching students in an approachable way. We project to increase our following by 50% with both social media accounts. Since both of these will have 0 followers and likes, it's reasonable for our following to increase by 50%. By creating an easy-to-read platform for students, the chances of both social media accounts reaching its intended audience and reaching the intended goal is extremely high. The main objective for our key demographic of young Black and Hispanic males is to partner with the Bridgewater State University's Student Government Association. SGA lists one of their top purposes as promoting better citizenship by developing practice of democratic living. The Student Government Association values civic duty, and by helping this underrepresented audience, they will be participating in meeting one of their goals. Since SGA will be partnering with us, we will discuss them holding 5 meetings for all students with the intent to pique interest in young Black and Hispanic males. These meetings will inform this target audience about the U.S. Census. Within those 5 meetings, the goal is to have 25 students who identify as young Black and Hispanic males to attend at least one meeting proposed by the BSU's SGA.
Okay, so moving on to strategies. Our first strategy will be to use the photo with Sam the Eagle with no description. This will generate conversations amongst the students when we go in to talk to them. Then we will familiarize Uncle Sam to the students. This will help connect their connection with the project. We will also create visual aids like a commercial to grab the audience's attention. And then we're going to incorporate student speakers from all different cultural backgrounds to represent their culture in the census. And this will allow them to show why they are needed and why their voices should be heard. With trying to educate others through our social media page, we will change the pictures of our platforms to Sam the Eagle to do so. Our commercial will have Sam the Eagle, who will talk about participating in the census, and then we will bring Telly in to talk about why all their voices count in a more cultural standpoint. There will be a visual and audio version of the commercial. We will ask the BSU radio station to air the audio one. We will also ask programs like SGA and Program Council to help us promote the commercial. We will also ask the school to play the commercial on the TVs in the campus center. So for our visual tactic, we plan on having Sam the Eagle on the poster, kind of looking like they're pointing at you, and they're going to be saying, "We want you. What are you waiting for? Go take the 2020 census today." And then we will post this visual aid around the town, around the surrounding towns, as well as in the daily announcements to really share the message. We will also bring Telly the Monster when we were speaking to the students and after we bring the cultural standpoint from different guests. And then we will also bring Sam the Eagle in to share how easy the census is to fill out. So our budget is pretty low, it's $200, but luckily our campaign doesn't require much money. We are taking advantage of all the free tools the social media platforms offer. We are also filming the commercial ourselves, so that doesn't require much money. We can, use our phones, use different cameras we have ourselves, edit them on our computers. The main expense for this campaign is the flyers, which can be expensive depending on where you go. Places like FedEx, they're like $60 for 100 flyers. And since we're using so many other tools, we wouldn't necessarily need that many flyers, so it's still in our budget. So, in conclusion, in order to reach young Black and Hispanic males, we will use Sam the Eagle as well as in combination with other ideas from our original Uncle Sam campaign. We believe we will encourage people to do the census as well as we think we will be sharing the message that the census overall is all about. We will do this through Facebook, Twitter, visuals, and our commercial. We will reach them through understanding their cultural values as well as just sharing the overall reasoning why it is so important that they fill out the 2020 census.